Crypto is back. No, I'm not talking about BotCoin, Methereum or Kitty Cash. I'm talking about the vulgar, horny little bugger who just can't stop firing probes into people's bums. Taking place 10 years after the original game, Crypto is dead. But not really. His original body was killed, but he was fortunate enough to be cloned again, and his latest reincarnation, Crypto 138, is out on a mission to destroy some humans. Not all of them. Mostly Russians, actually, but collateral damage is more than tolerated. It's encouraged, actually, but unlike the first game, world domination is not the end goal. Blasting the Russians to Kingdom Come is the mission. Unexpectedly relevant, wouldn't you say? Set in the swinging 60s, the Russian Secret Service, the KGB, has managed to piss off the meanest little alien around by blowing up his mothership and his boss in the process. I would call that a favour, but Crypto is angry and he wants revenge. Fortunately for him, or unfortunately, his boss managed to dump his consciousness into a hologram that can carry on barking orders and berating Crypto at every opportunity. It makes for some fun interactions, and seeing Crypto being pushed and prodded by someone he can't probe got a few laughs out of me. It's not all chit-chat, there is much more to it. Crypto's revenge takes him across the globe, and even off the planet. The disgusting and wonderful weapons return with a few new additions, and his trusty saucer is always on hand if you ever need to get airborne and rain down death and destruction. There's a nice loop to the gameplay too, with the weapon, ship and Crypto upgrades. Throughout the game, you'll collect cells which can be found scattered across the game's maps or dished out as rewards for completing missions. Cells are used to upgrade everything from Crypto's energy shields, his anal probe gun, to his deadly saucer. I'm normally a bit meh when it comes to RPG light upgrades in games, as they tend to be hit or miss, but I found myself actively collecting cells so I could get a bit more juice out of Crypto's zapper gun, or to give my saucer a little more health for those city-wide skirmishes. The general gameplay is much like the original game, with missions being fairly simple in their structure. Mostly you'll go to the mission marker on the map, have a quick chat with the quest giver, lewd commentary being optional, and then you'll go about your mission. The missions typically follow a straightforward routine of go here, kill these people, go there, kill more people. There's some variety with mini horde sections where you'll have to defend another character while they're busy. You've also got escort missions, which aren't as bad as Assassin's Creed has made them to be. These can take place on the ground or in the air, which works nicely to keep things fresh. There's also a decent amount of side missions scattered through the game's maps, though they do vary in quality, but I found the rewards were more than worth the effort, and I was able to upgrade Crypto's gear quicker than I otherwise would. Of course, this wouldn't be a mid-noughties game if there weren't boss fights. Unfortunately, outside of maybe one or two, they're quite the dry lunch, and more often than not, rely just on spamming the boss with whatever ammo you've got left. One boss fight did stand out, though not for the right reasons. Crypto's journey takes him to Japan, and yes, you guessed it, the boss here is a Godzilla-like monster rampaging around town. This was a really fun scene to watch play out, but once I was handed the controls and tasked with taking it down, I kept on hitting the mission failed screen as I died over and over again. It's an example of one of the odd moments where the difficulty really spiked and my patience wore very thin. I did manage to cheese my way through it with some determination and a fair bit of luck, but it wasn't the epic encounter it could have been. Crypto's original powers are all still intact, though they're not quite at the forefront when it comes to the general gameplay. He's also got some new moves, literally, as one of his new abilities gets everybody around him dancing. This is stupid, mostly useless, but one of my favourite abilities. I like stupid. One complaint I had from the original game was the need to body snatch and remain undetected. These missions were the bane of my life, but this time around they've been mostly eliminated. You'll still need to take over ordinary citizens, KGB agents, cops and even ninjas, but the strict fail states are gone and you can get through most missions with ease, even when you do need to don a disguise. While Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed has been given the modern day do-over, it still carries a lot of mid-noughties baggage in its game design and writing, with some aspects being easier to overlook than others. This will most likely depend on your particular brand of humour, but I can say that I enjoyed Crypto's crude and lewd outbursts, all helped by the excellent delivery by the voice actor who sounds like the love child of Danny DeVito and Jack Nicholson. I've had a great time taking Crypto from America to Britain to Japan and even to the moon, but it was a rough journey, all told. I came across a handful of crashes that sent my PS5 back to the home screen. I also noticed some decidedly un-next-gen performance issues, with the game stuttering, screen tearing, and even dropping audio from time to time. There's some rough pop-in too, especially in cutscenes when the camera switches from one speaker to another. With Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed being a next-gen and PC-only release, I would have expected common last-gen issues to stay where they belong. That being said, none of these problems really bothered me to the point where I didn't want to play anymore. I was too busy having fun with my anal probe, yeeting hippies into the stratosphere, and having a few guilty laughs at the cancel-worthy humour. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed is a really good game that doesn't take itself too seriously. In some ways, it's a relic from another era, a reminder of how simple and fun games used to be. A time before the endless grind. Heck, there's even a couch multiplayer, once a standard feature in games that has slowly faded out over the years. There's also a ton of costumes to dress Crypto in, and nary a loot box in sight. But it's modern enough with refined controls, fairly decent visuals with the Japan map being a real highlight, and enough over-the-top fun to easily overlook the few shortcomings. And that is the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, do us a solid by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below. And don't forget the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we've got new stuff. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.